Hey Keith, just Ben, wanted to do you just a quick video just to really clearly break down what we did in the last session and just to really start the ball rolling. So first things first, Keith, you might have already started doing this. My challenge for you this week until I see you next is I'd just like you to record on MyFitnessPal just for 5 days. It's a one-off, we're not going to do it every day, but just for 5 days, everything that you're taking on board. The reason that I wanted you to do this is just so we can really start to push on with your newfound knowledge on kind of how best to remove this fat and how best to get your body performing best. Of course, I said best a lot there, right? So anyway, what I mean is, first steps with this is making sure that your body is ready to release fat. Now, where you are at the moment is you have dropped a little bit of weight, but we're just not going to be able to get your tummy to shrink down a little tiny bit more and the body to respond properly unless we make sure that the food that you're eating is helping get rid of fat. So the things to steer towards at the moment, okay, and you might want to write these down, so grab a pen and paper and I'll pause for you if you can hit pause for a second. If you haven't done, so these are the breakdowns of food that you want. You want foods that are going to help your body, one, burn food a little quicker, so things that are going to help your metabolic rate work better. So spicy foods are a winner, proteins, fats, plenty of, I know this isn't a food, but plenty of water, and foods that are generally high in fibre. So the foods that come into those categories are most of your white meats and fishes, most vegetables and greens, and most of the fruits, apart from the obvious starchy ones like apples, bananas and pears, and kind of all your oily nuts and seeds and this kind of stuff. So why they're important, just to give you a theory again, is in this process we've got to get your body used to the fact that it's going to get consistent food, and the food that it's going to get is going to be high enough in nutrients to let the body run properly, so your body can be as healthy as it needs to be to exercise, feel better and sleep better and all these things. But also at the same time you're not supporting the body's ability to store fat. So we'll use potatoes as a good example of this one. The types of food I'd like you to be eating from now on are going to be high in fibre and high in vitamins and minerals. So if you take a jacket potato, a white jacket potato, which are not bad, I eat white jacket potatoes, there's nothing wrong with them, but if you're trying to lose weight, a white jacket potato, its job is to have slow releasing energy and it's relatively high in starch, so it's a higher density food. Then if you take a sweet potato, yeah, the taste might not quite be right for you right now, but what's in them is massive loads of fibre, there's quite a lot of vitamins and minerals, and it's a higher protein source than a jacket potato. So it's just making sure that the food that you're eating is more like a sweet potato and less like a jacket potato. So the foods that are up on those lists, like I said, are proteins, so most meats, and try not to fill up too much on red meat. All fish, you can't eat too much fish, and pretty much all vegetables, I'd really like you to be trying to fill up on your vegetables and your greens. The types of fruits that I would recommend you having more of are like your blueberries, strawberries, grapes. All of these are very, very high in fibre. Adding more of these into your diet, and don't be afraid to, like I said, carry a bottle of water around and make sure you're drinking plenty of water. The foods to steer clear of and to stay away from, I don't need to tell you about cakes, chocolates, this kind of stuff, because you're very good with things like that. But I do need you to avoid your too much carbohydrate right now. Have a little tiny bit in your diet, 1 day, 2 days a week, but not too much. Please avoid kind of your breads and your pastries and your higher starchy fruits like your bananas and your apples, this kind of stuff, because any of them, just even a little of them, is just going to help your body store that fat, and we don't want it to do that. Also, any dairies as well, I think are best right now if we avoid, and just anything too processed, but I know you do that. So Keith, please take some notes on this video and use them for the next 5 days whilst you're filling out MyFitnessPal, and I promise you this will work. I've seen it work with lots of other people and it will make sense sooner or later. Thanks Keith, take care, speak to you soon.